The following is a brief introduction about how to create a safe space experience using Mimo monitors. As a starting point, let's talk about how we got here. Pre-COVID, In Reality was focused on venue analytics. Think small cameras, primarily in a retail setting, that provided insights as to how shoppers moved around stores, what they interacted with, demographics, etc. The mission was to help businesses use real metrics to improve the customer experience. When the pandemic hit, we realized taking temperature was just another data source that could work with our platform and help organizations safely reopen. So everything I'm going to show you is built on a solid platform that's been around for over 5 years. Now, no one can doubt that COVID rocked the very foundation of business operations, and nobody had a tried and true playbook for this. But one thing's for certain, every market's dealing with risk mitigation and trying to understand what the legal duty of care is. Everybody wants to keep their employees safe and make visitors and customers feel safe. But let's be real, the primary motivator is to protect a business fiscally and legally. Now, this solution didn't exist at the beginning of 2020. We did have a core platform, but we built most of what you're going to see here alongside our clients. It really has been trial by fire. Every week we deploy more projects and we learn with each. What this means for you is we've experienced the bruised elbows and skinned knees, and the product has become very mature in a short period of time. As of the end of 2020, we're protecting nearly 400 organizations in 14 countries, administering nearly 250,000 screenings each week. And again, this has all been deployed in the last few months. There's hundreds of other projects in the process that are being evaluated and installed. What we learned is it isn't about the product as much as about the process and how to use technology to make it easy on customers and employees. Where we landed is a 3-step process: check in, scan temperature, and clear to proceed. Before we jump into the software, I want to set the stage by showing you some of the most common use case. Let's start with the experience for employees. The first step is for a user to open the web app, answer some Q&A before even leaving home. These are questions such as, are you experiencing these symptoms? Have you traveled outside the area? Etc. All configurable by the employer. And it's very easy for the employee to bookmark this to answer it each day. When the employee arrives, they can approach the kiosk, and the kiosk can be rotating through a screensaver of messages and announcements, keeping them posted on the latest safety messages and protocol changes. Attached to the display is a badge scanner. Employees can scan their badge or the QR code in the app to identify themselves. If the QA isn't completed, it'll prompt them to update their Q&A on the screen. If the QA is complete, it will immediately move to taking their temperature. A guide's going to show them where to position their wrist and then provide a quick countdown to capture their temperature. The final step is logging all the information for compliance reporting and issuing the person a pass. Think of it like a boarding pass. Could be digital, on the phone, that can be shown to security, or it could be as simple as a badge or a sticker that's printed out. You can also tag employees as exempt if they have the vaccine and you want to give them a pass next time through. The process is very similar for guests. They can scan a QR code from a poster and then take the Q&A on their mobile phone and then use the mobile app to identify themselves to the kiosk. Or from the touchscreen, they can enter their name and contact information to identify themselves. And after COVID's run its course, this will continue to help you streamline your guest registration process. As a guest not using a mobile phone, you're presented with the questions and you simply touch to answer. You can decide what questions are assigned to what type of person. So for example, your employees may get one set of questions while your visitors and vendors get another set. And again, after the questions are answered, the guide will show them where to position their wrist, do the quick countdown, and capture the temperature. And then log all the information for reporting and issue the same type of pass, either printed or on the mobile device. The key behind the hardware is the enterprise-grade platform that's scalable. Flexibility is key. As you get new direction from HR and legal, the platform is going to let you easily update workflows and settings and publish them out to the entire network. This is much easier than running around with a keyboard and a mouse to each device. Rules and regulations are always evolving, so at any time, your data policies can be changed to how long you're keeping the data on the device or in the cloud before you anonymize it. The real value of the technology is to help you save the cost of a resource from manually checking people in. With the technology, if somebody fails, it'll send emails and text messages notifying of a failure. You can also import all of your employee, visitor, vendor information from a CSV, enter it into the software, or use our APIs to integrate with access control, workforce management, or Active Directory. All of the data is available in detailed reports that can be run on demand, or you can schedule them to be sent out daily or weekly. And everything can be shared in dashboards and shown screenings either for the entire network or drill down into specific sites. And as I mentioned, we're built on top of open APIs to provide the option for integration to bring data in or take data out of the InReality platform. Now, we've deployed hundreds of clients with thousands of devices over the last few months, and these real-world installations have taught us a number of valuable lessons that we're happy to share our experience with you. Some of the key things we've learned: flexibility is key. Rules are changing, so you need to be able to adapt on the fly. Doing the Q&A on the touchscreen is great for just a few visitors, but if you have lots of employees, you need to enable them to do this from a mobile phone so the Q&A can be done before ever leaving home. It's best to have someone identify, usually by swiping a badge before they take the temperature. Otherwise, you could run the risk of them failing and not identifying after the screening. Early on, we did a number of projects leveraging facial recognition, and we do support it, but it's 97 to 98% accurate, which sounds good, but if you have thousands of employees, that 2% adds up and it can create a lot of noise. And back to flexibility, the APIs are key to helping integrate the technology into current business systems. So why do this? Why should you implement a screening process? I don't mean to pick on Smithfield, but we all remember their response early on in the crisis, and their litigation is going to continue for years to come. Think of this technology as insurance, to not only protect your employees and business, but to help keep you out of the headlines. So if you'd like a demo and you want to start protecting your business, just email us at sales@inreality.com. Thank you.